What's up, Matthew? Quick demo video for you for your Corran Horn custom by Space Junk Sabers. I got this done this morning. This was a very interesting build and the tightest build that I've ever done. And I've done a lot of sabers that were tight, right? Like the LS6 or the staple gun or some others. Even some master chassis, that I've done. This guy was by far um, the tightest build, and it required the most wire management to get this done, and then it almost still didn't work, right? But it is installed with a Proffie. You've got CC Sabers in there for your main PCB. Two buttons set up here. So when this switch or this switch housing is facing up, the switch on your right or on your left hand side, sorry, your left hand side is your activation, and your right hand side is your auxiliary. And then how to get to everything is you want to unscrew the handle here. So when you're unscrewing the handle and screwing it back on, you want to hold on to this bolt-like piece right here. Don't hold on to the emitter because you might unscrew that part, and you don't want that to come loose. I didn't want to glue it, so I tightened it as tight as I could. But if you're not careful, because this build is so tight, if you hold it up here while you're unscrewing this handle, this could come loose on you. So just tighten it back up. But ideally, hold it around this aluminum piece right here, and then the handle will come out. And then here's your chassis, right? Proffie board right here. You can get to your micro USB and your SD card right here, and you never have to move the board. In fact, I glued the board down so that it wouldn't ground out or power out on the inside of the handle. And then you've got a removable battery right here as well, system right here, so spring side, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not much to look at from the top side, but if you could see the underside, it was just an extreme exercise in wire management. Your handle here is actually 0.99 inches, and there's some portions, there's some portions in here, you're probably not going to be able to pick up on it on the camera. Some of it you can see right there, but if you run your finger in there and you twist this around, you can feel it. There's some bump ups in the handle machining that actually bring this handle ID to a 0.98 inches. So that's what my chassis had to be so the handle could go on it. So yeah, so to put a battery and a board and to stack them on top of each other and to have it in a 0.98 inch diameter chassis is super cramped. All right, so that's yeah, so that's what we did there, but it worked. You got a 24 millimeter Smuggler's Outpost speaker here, and we're going to throw a battery in it. One thing I had to do with my battery, and something that you're going to have to do as well, is you're going to have to take the sticker off. So if you've got a sticker on there that says Keep Power, or if it says whatever brand sticker of a battery you've got, take that thing off. So it's just this right here. That's the only way this will work. All right. So we take that off, and then you also want to pay attention to, if you look closely at your battery, you can almost see it in the light. Underneath this shrink wrap, there is a metal strip going from one side all the way to the other underneath this wrap. I'm going to put this battery in real quick. And you can't have that metal strap sticking out down here and facing out. You want to roll it in, trying to get it in the light. You want to roll it into the side of the chassis, just like that, so it's not touching the handle. Every little bit of space that you can manage to get while putting this handle on, that makes a difference. Okay, so make sure you do that. Then when you put the handle on, it's still tight. It's going to get to about right there, and it's not going to want to go anywhere else on you. So just push it in and start screwing it in, and it'll go. Yeah, when this saber came to me, it was a bit thread locked, so I was able to get it off, clean the threads with some WD-40, and yeah, so now everything's going on and off as smoothly as it can. It's still very tight, but it screws down all the way. All right, you've got motion controls, auxiliary, twist off, or you could just hit activation and then tap it again and turn it off, just like that. This guy takes a 1-inch diameter blade. We'll back this retention screw out a little bit. Back it up a little bit more. And we're tightening down your retention, your blade retention, which is right here. You can see that, right? I made the mistake of not giving this install maybe the respect it deserved. You know, at the very beginning, I approached it like it was going to be pretty standard, and then it threw me for a loop. But yeah, it's all done, right? We'll switch sound fonts by hitting auxiliary. So just tapping the blaster deflex. If you hit the blade or the saber, you get blade lock up. And it'll stay like that until you pull away from it. This just has the stock sound font package on it, so you'll probably do whatever you want to do to it. But in the meantime, on this package, if you want to change color, just hold down power and hit aux. You hear that sound, and now you can just twist the saber. Find any color that you want. So if we want like a, oh, I don't know, that color right there, we just hit power. You hear that? Now we turn it back on, it's that color, right? Very compact saber, so you know it fits in your hand, about the size of your hand actually. And do one more. And then of course, to get to your soundtracks, you just hold down power for 1 second and let go. And do the same thing to turn it off. Hold down for 1 second and let go. And we'll do one more. The rainbow blade, right? Just like that. And we will take the blade out of here. It's a pretty tight fit. You might have to sand your blade. I didn't have to sand mine. Just had to shove it in there pretty tough. But watch out that you just don't, you know, shove it past that PCB. Just kind of be careful when you're putting your blade in there, and you'll be fine. But to get the battery out, same thing, right? We just take the handle off. But then this time when you're taking it off, it's even more important to hang on to this piece right here and not your emitter. Because with that battery in there, it's super tight. Couple threads. This guy comes right off. And then from the positive side over here by your speaker, you can pop it out with your finger just like that. And that, sir, is your saber. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, we'll try to get this guy out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.